Good evening and welcome to the 5th round of this season of ILR Tier 2 here for the Spanish Grand Prix. And today it's myself in the commentary box, Rapids or Dom. But I normally would have Thomas alongside me, but unfortunately he cannot make it tonight, so it's just me alone to commentate over this race. So it should be an interesting one. Spain, plenty of overtaking opportunities, a long back straight, pit straight, actually heading into turn 1. I expect lots of overtaking in this race, and again, this tier, every single race this season has been very good in terms of the racing. We've had a lot of action, and I expect the same for the Spanish Grand Prix. Let's have a lowdown of the championship itself. So currently, as on top is Midzi after his second place in Baku. He's extending his championship lead even further. So the McLaren driver is currently 71 points, got 71 points to his name, and he's 31 points in front of Chris Jones in second place in the Ferrari. He had a really bad time at Baku. Both Ferrari drivers not scoring points, and it was pretty much a pretty dramatic race in Baku, and unfortunately, the Ferrari drivers didn't score. We've got Josu in the Red Bull, currently in P3. He's on 38 points, and he's 33 points down on Midzi. And he's been really consistent this season. He's really put in the performances, and he's kept himself clean, kept his nose clean, and he's currently in third place in the championship as a result. Kushmania in P4 in the Sauber. He's got 37 points to his name. He's 34 points off the championship lead. Again, very fast driver. Hasn't quite got the luck this season, I feel, so far. And he will eventually get that luck, and I think we'll see him win another race this season. Brumson currently in P5 in the Ferrari. We mentioned last time out at Baku they had torrid time, and they were the Constructors' Championship favourites. But last time out we had both McLarens in P2 and P3 on the podium, and McLaren now are close in the Constructors' Championship. We've got F1 Maestro in the Force India in P6. He's currently on 31 points. Again, didn't have a great time out in Baku. And then we've got LS Bonkers in P7 in Mercedes. P8 for Jamie OC 2004 in the Haas. Daz fell after his fantastic podium in Baku. He's P3 as we mentioned earlier. He's in P9 in the Championship. And they've got ER Antmaz in P10 in the Williams. And they've got Pelzeri in the Haas. Again, consistent driver of the season. Again, been quite unlucky. Was unlucky in Baku, but was very consistent. He actually was P7 at one point in the Championship. So, again, and he's not far off that currently. I mean, there's only like 3 points separating P9 and P11. So, very tight in the Championship. And they've got SHMZ Burnouts in P12. And then we've got LE Revolutions in P13 in Mercedes. ILR Billabin in 14th. Irish Racings in 15th. And then we've got Thomas in the Renault. FTR Jogler in the Force India, who actually was leading the race at Baku and then crashed out, unfortunately, and didn't score points. And we've got Joker in P18, the Renault, Adam Lee in P19 for Toro Rosso, and VRT Emerald in P20 for Sauber. And those guys at the bottom from Thomas all the way to the Emerald had not scored points yet this season. So that's the championship order. Interesting so far, but Midzi currently is the favourite for this championship, I feel. He's got quite a lot of points to his name, a decent margin over Chris Jones, his nearest rival. But I do expect some other people to make a comeback this season, particularly Chris Jones. He's a very fast driver, consistent over a course of the season. Justo as well, again, being consistent. And Kushmania and Mefron Maestro, they're kind of the guys that I think will be up there and challenge the championship further. And it's only early days. We've only had 4 races this season so far. We've got another race, obviously, tonight. So the 5th race of the 20 we have, still all to play for. We're only going to be 25% through the season, so going to be interesting, going to be exciting indeed, and we'll hopefully get underway for qualifying. And again, qualifying is always exciting. I mean, people choose to go on different tyre compounds. We don't know the weather for this race as of yet. A lot of the drivers will know that, so we can have a wet race today. That's highly possible. But we go into this race kind of in the unknown. I feel that if it's going to be dry, we have a lot of different strategies, and that's something that we've experienced through the whole season, is that people in qualifying have chosen to qualify on the different tyres. Some people have been on the harder compound, gone longer in the first stint, and had a softer compound for the end, and that actually has worked out better. Some people have opted to do in previous racing, for example, Bahrain comes to mind. People have gone for 2 stops. And that ended up being the worst strategy to be on. It was the one stop that was better. So I think we'll have this in qualifying. It's all about who wants to be on pole, but not necessarily who's going to be on pole. We've seen that so many times this season. Whoever is on pole doesn't necessarily win because of the high compound. So I think that's going to be interesting going into the race. That if it's going to be a dry race and dry qualifying, then the one stop's probably going to be better around here. We'll see how it all goes and how it all plays out. Thank you to all you guys who are watching currently. 9 of you guys I can see. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far, and hopefully we can bring the track action to you very shortly. But as I said, I am all alone tonight. No Thomas with me. He would normally commentates with me on Friday nights. He's currently not here, so just me tonight. And hopefully I can keep you guys entertained as much as possible. Yeah, I'm just wondering why we're not actually got going yet. We saw 7:30, so we're currently a little bit behind schedule. So hopefully we can get going anytime soon. We have got a few reserves in place for this race as well, so just in case we need to bring in any of our reserves, maybe potentially that's what we're looking into doing. I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but hopefully I can bring qualifying action to you very shortly indeed. And it's going to be quite exciting. Again, as I mentioned earlier about tyre compounds, people might go on different tyres, higher tyres for qualifying and go longer, and we actually are starting the session right now, so that's awesome. Qualifying will be getting underway very shortly indeed. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, all these guys are going to be fighting it out all these guys are going to get better over the course of the season. They're all going to get faster and faster and faster. And remember, there's a lot of these guys are wanting to get into the top tier of ILR. And particularly those guys who are fighting for the championship, they really want to be pushing the boundaries of what their pace can actually be and improve and get better and better and better. Because the only way you're going to get into ILR tier 1 is to do that, to push the boundaries, to actually get your pace up. And that's something that I think many of the guys who are fighting for this championship are going to try and do to their best of their ability, because they really want that promotion. But here we are. We're heading into qualifying now, and hopefully it's going to be a sunny Spanish Grand Prix. I really hope so. And this track always does provide quite good racing, not necessarily in real life, but on these games they do tend to have some very interesting races. We actually have got a new guy in today. We've got a flying, I think, Rosavi, is that the name? I think that's what. Yeah, we're just filling in right now, and hopefully we can get some action in. Here we are in qualifying now. The session has just got started, and the first cars, we're just waiting for the first cars to go out on circuit, and I can hear the first one coming out around about now. I think so. I mean, that's just the crowd, isn't it? No one's coming out yet, so it's quite moody here actually in qualifying. So actually, it's quite a moody session. So no one's in any rush to actually go out onto the track. But yeah, the first guy is coming out of the circuit. It's a Toro Rosso, from what I can see. Let's go down the order and see who it is. It's actually Adam Lee currently. He's on the 6 compound tyres, and he goes out to start his run here in qualifying, his first initial runs. So after him, I expect to see many more, and already someone has retired from the session. That's Armin Jogler, so he's out of it. I think he actually has a qualifying ban from Baku, I believe. I'm not quite sure actually why he's actually retired from the session, but yeah, we've got Jogler currently, we've got Adam Lee currently out on circuit. Anyone else out there as well? We've got the Force India of F1 Maestro. He's on the 6 tyre as well. He'll be looking to get some redemption from Baku. Didn't have the best result. Josu coming out on the soft compound tyre. Again, we're seeing different strategies being played up with these drivers in this race. So some of them are going for the soft compound tyres. Some of them are going for the super soft tyres. Anybody else out there currently? Let's have a look down the order. And currently, just Adam Lee's the first guy. We've got ESR Maze. And we've got Pelzeri as well. And the new boy flying Rosie in currently up as well in PAT. So let's have a look. Let's see how the lap progresses for Adam Lee. He currently is our first guy who will be doing his first initial lap here. So he comes out the final chicane here. Very tricky final chicane. You get a good exit, and here he goes onto a lap here on the super soft compound tyre. Let's see how he goes. Let's see if we can actually pop on the camera that we want to use. Yep, there's no actual issue with the audio. So head down to turn 1, and let's see how he attacks it. So he's going to brake just after the 100 metre ball to the 450 metre ball down the third gear. He turns in early and then gets a decent run through there, and it's flat for his long right hander in 6th gear. He's going a little bit wide, but not too bad actually, in the limits perfectly. Now heads into this tricky down into 3rd gear, hangs it in 3rd gear, gets a good run out of that, doesn't get oversteer, and now down into 2nd. You've got to watch your traction here. He builds up the traction nicely up to 3rd, now 4th, and now 5th. And now 6, we've got a bit of traffic ahead, so hope it gets out of the way nicely, and it does, down the 3rd gear, the 4th, and now this very fast right-hander, it's flat here, in 5th gear, he's in the section of Bromson will be able to get out of his way nicely, I'm assuming, he'll brake just up the 100-meter board, down into 1st gear, and that's 2nd, now 3rd, and now 4th, and this long right-hander, very tricky on traction as well, sometimes you want a short shift, now he leaves it in 3rd, get the 4th, and now 5th, and now down 3rd gear, and then the last chicane he comes down into 2nd gear. You've got Mizzy in front of him, a little bit of oversteer there, so I think the 3rd TM might have got to him. Last corner for him, let's see what that's going to be to start off the session. Across the line, it's going to be a 1 minute 18.254 for the Toro Rosso driver, and let's see who else is. I think we've got Justy out there as well currently, and he's got the audio problem, which is not good. We're not going to ride on board with that and give you guys deafening ears. Marshall now comes currently on top of a 18.233, so very tight at the top so far. Let's see what Justin can do on this soft compound tyre. It's a harder compound. Out of the large chicane he comes. And then here he comes, last corner. Let's see what it's going to be for the Red Bull driver. Going to come across the line. It's going to set a 1:17.388, which is a very good lap. 9 tenths in front of F1 Maestro. And now Pezzeri actually has it top the session by a 100th of a second, so very close at the top, particularly top 2 indeed. Adam Lee currently in the barriers, so he's actually span out the session. Anybody else? We've got Emerald set a lap time, we've got Amaze set a lap time as well. Anybody else? We've got Jamie currently in the other Haas, who actually got his podium in China. He is on a lap but quite a slow one, so he's not bothering here. Anybody else? We've got Bromson coming out into the last chicane, so let's see what he can do as Adam Lee's retired from the session. And Bromson's going to come out the last corner. Let's see what it's going to be for him. It's going to be across the line. It's going to be a 1:78. Actually, so it's right down. He knows it's not a good lap. 20.2. So he's seen that really he wants to be on the soft compound. So he's kind of testing where he's at. But currently, 10 people have set times so far. Chris Jones is in the pit lane. Anybody else setting that time down the order? Let's have a look. Bibbins out of that corner there. And the fast right hander. As we get the deafening broadcasting bad audio. Let's see what he can do. He's coming for that long right hand again. Very careful on traction he has to be. But currently opposite to is ILR Triple but Jossie's put in again, we mentioned it, has put in a fantastic lap there to be in P2 on the soft compounds. It's a good benchmark for a lot of people who want to be running the softs. But here comes Bibbin. He's going to come across the line. Let's see what's going to be for him in 19.3, puts in P8 on the grid so far. Anybody else on the order that we need to watch out for? We've got Jamie out there currently. I'm not going to run that camera again. Good old audio glitching. But already with Ultra Stealth HD retired from session, Joggler out of session as well. Let's see what Jamie can do in the Haas. He's on the soft as well, and we'll be hoping for a good performance here. He actually got some good points in Baku as well. I think he came P5 in the end. So it's been a good couple of races for Jamie. Across the line to come, it's going to be a 1:19.6, and it's currently P10, but I'm sure he can go a little bit faster than that. So already the guys have done their first initial runs here in qualifying. We've got Midsley currently out there on the medium compound. He's running around on that, the hardest tyre you can run around here. So can't go on board with him because the audio is deafening again, which is something that needs to be fixed. But Midsley is taking this up pretty hard, so I do expect him to get up and be right there. He's currently P7 on those mediums, so he's taking them quite long. But it depends if he actually wants to be on that tyre for the race. I suspect he might go on the soft and start on the soft compound. That's what I think he's going to do. But then again, the medium does guarantee you pretty much a one-stop. But with the amount of laps he's done like 2 laps on that medium. So they're lost their edge a little bit. But we'll see if he can actually improve. McLaren driver currently the championship leader in this championship. He's coming through the last chicane. He's getting good traction out here. And then he heads into the pit lane, so not a fast lap for him. He's just coming back in. So we'll see if he comes back out later on. But a lot of the guys have put in their push initial laps, and as you can see in the order, Pelzeri completely tops the session. I love Josu in P2, and Maestro in P3, and we've got Adam Lee in P4 who actually retired from the session. ES Amazing P5, Jamie in P6, WIOR Button 22 in 7th, Mizzy in P8, ILR Bibbin in P9, Right Racing in P10, Bromson in 11th, VLT Emerald in P12, Dasfeld in 13th, 14th LE Revolutions, Rebecca Jones in 15th, goes instead of time, Thomas, Joku, Ultra Stealth, Flying Rosie, and Army Joggler, who have not set lap times yet. So, I suspect Amaze is currently out there in the Sauber. I suspect a lot of these guys will be doing their second runs. There are probably 2 more flying laps left in this session, so a lot of them will probably set another lap time now. And then towards the end of the session, the last final 5 minutes, expect the action to get hotter. And it does normally get faster and faster towards the end of the session, so and we get more lap times and falling of lap times towards the end, so it gets quite exciting towards the end of the session. So Jamie is out there on the Supers currently. I don't think he's actually on a flyer. He might be. Looks reasonable, so but I don't think, no, he's not going to be up there, I don't think. So yeah, he's probably going to be boxing it in, I assume. Yeah, he's not going to be improving, so he's going to box it in. A lot of people are on their out laps currently. Let's have a look. Flying Rosie on the fast. He is on the fast one here. So let's ride on board with the new debutant. I think he's a new driver in this car. Normally somebody else alongside Bibbin. So assuming it's someone new. On the super soft currently. He's actually on the soft one, not super soft. Sorry. It's DRS down the straight. It doesn't look like it's a very all-out lap, but we'll keep with him. This with a long right-hander. Quite a smooth lap. It isn't full-out attacking, so I think this is not going to be. I think it's actually going to be an in-lap here. Maybe not. Let's have a look. Go for the last. Yeah, I think it's going to be an in-lap. Yeah, he's pulled it. Maybe not. Here it comes. 8, 9. Actually, it's going to be a fast lap. 19.0. He actually does improve. He actually goes P18 actually. So it was a fast lap. I thought it was a little bit very smooth actually. It quite caught me out a little bit that he's actually that fast. So fair play to him. P9 currently on the grid for the debutant. As we've got WOR button 22 currently on a flying lap in the Toro Rosso. Super soft compound tyres. Let's see what he can do. Going for the long left-hander. It's going to be an improvement for the Toro Rosso driver. Comes out the last chicane here. He's a good run here. And he's got a decent run. Running a little bit wide, but no, I don't think it's going to be fast. There is it. Comes the line. It's still P8 and 18.9, so he doesn't really improve his position at all. Anyone else? We've got Joker currently in P7 in the Renault. Amaze actually has gone top whilst we've been looking at other people. We had actually Amaze, he actually got P3 to 17.7. He's 4 tenths off the whole time. Josu is in the pit lane on his 17.3, and it does say super softs, but that's still his time. So I don't think we're going to see Joshua again here in the session. And therefore Maestro is still in the pit lane, but I suspect that he will come back out any time. But we'll see what Joker can do. We're going to ride with the Renault driver. Let's see his end of a lap. Comes out the last corner now, and actually comes into the pit lane, so not going to be an improvement for him. Anybody else? We got Amaze out there currently. He's down. Mizzy is out there currently as well, in 11th place. And let's see what the McLaren driver can do. He's on a super soft compound tyre. Actually can ride on board with the McLaren driver because there's no audio glitch. Let's keep on board with the current championship leader, as he's passed his first sector, and he currently, there's 22.1 in the first sector. He's a good exit here, got a good exit, need to get a good run from this long left hander. It's very tricky on traction. And second gear, at the third, now fourth. That's a beautiful exit. Now head through this fast left-right. Very tricky on traction again. Down the fourth gear, runs it a bit wide. And through the long, fast right-hander. Oh, a bit of oversteer there. He saved that, and it's a very tricky corner. Now brakes to the 100-meter board. Down in second gear, a little bit wide again. A long right-hander, needs a good run from here. As Bromson's actually done a 17.1, a soft compound. What a lap from Bromson there. Goes top on a 17.1 on the soft compound. So a superb lap from the Ferrari driver. Didn't see that one coming. Let's see what Mizzy can do out of the last corner. And I don't think it's going to be alright. 17.7 currently puts him in... Didn't improve. I think that was invalidated because of his previous lap time. So a little bit under pressure for Midzi here. And doesn't look like he's actually going to improve. We'll keep with Midzi for another lap because everybody else is in the pit lane in front of him. So he's the guy we want to watch. Just see this first is faster for the McLaren driver. It's 21.6. It's 0.4 up from his previous best. So good first sector, but I do think there's going to be much more to come because currently down at P12, it's going to be another lap on these super softs. There'll be 2 laps on them. The long left, right, and now the fast right-hander once again. Oh, again on the curb, and he's just spitting the rear out a little bit there. Now breaking in the 100-meter board, down into second gear. He's 1.2 up this time. So now the long right-hander once again, down to third gear. He's a good exit here. Nicely on the power. The right-hander down to fourth gear, and now the chicane. Down in second gear. He's a good exit, and then she goes that into pit lane. So it actually was a good lap for Midzi, but it's going to be a good reference to him to do in the final part, his final run in qualifying. We've got 4 minutes to go, so a lot of these guys are going to back off and go back into the pit lane and put a new set, or a new fresh set of super soft tyres or soft tyres, whatever they want to choose. Joker currently is out there on the soft compound in P8. He's not actually on the out lap, so we might keep with Joker here because he's him in RH Racings as well. He's out there too. We'll keep with Joker because he's currently 8th, and currently Brumson, the guy on top, 17.1 on the soft, and that's some fantastic lap time, and that puts him in a very good position for the race here. So here we go for Joker. He's going to start his flying lap here. Actually did an 18.9, so actually he did improve it. Our timing was a bit wrong there, so he actually was on a faster lap, I think, but we'll keep with him actually. Goes through the first corner, down into fourth gear. Let's go on board with the remote driver. And a long right-hander in sixth gear. He's nice and tight, doesn't run it too wide. Let's see what this first it's going to be for him. He made 22.3. And he loses the rear end. It's so easy to do that, man. The traction's so tricky. He goes, oh, okay. So he didn't ghost. And he's got a grip penalty for that. I'm surprised. Normally, if you're half span, the game like ghosts you. That's what normally happens. But that time around, it didn't. So that's giving him a grip penalty, which means it promotes flying Rozzy into P9 and Button into P8, and I races in P10. So that's really, that sucks really. Anybody else out there, top guys? We've got Amaze. He's going to come around to start his flying lap here. Meister is soon as well, so we're going to go with Amazed, currently in P4. He's about 6 tenths off pole, so let's see what he can do. Didn't actually improve on that lap, so I want to do it again. Heading into down to fourth gear. Now long right-hander again. Let's see what he can do. First sector wise. And coming across the first sector, it's going to be a 21.9. For the Saba driver. He's a good exit here in fourth gear. Doesn't want to spin the rear up and actually get a good exit. Now heads down into third gear. A little bit of a lock up there. He's a good exit. And he's got a little bit of a wheel spin there. And he's got a little traffic ahead, but he's okay. And a fast right left. Down to fourth gear. Hits it nicely. Gets a good exit. A fast right hander in sixth gear. And now down into second gear for, actually now first and now second and now third again. Just has retired from the session, so he's called it a day on his P3. Done enough to start on the soft compound tyres. Let's see. Mays now needs a good run through this corner before the chicane. Needs a good exit from the chicane because it really sets you up for the last part of the lap. Down in second, now third, second again. Third, now fourth. Last corner for the Sauber driver. Let's see. This is going to be on top for him. Going to come across the line. It's going to be a 1:17.0, and it is pole position provisionally for the Sauber driver. What a lap from him. Anyone else, can they do better than that? Everyone, I think Pelzeri might be the only guy, or maybe Midzi down in the order. Let's see Pelzeri. Where's actually Midzi as well? Midzi is actually coming into the last one now. So actually, let's keep with Midzi. He'll be the first one to cross the line out of the two. Let's see. This is going to be good enough. Let's ride on board. We've got the auto glitch. Can't do that. So let's go and go through the left-hander down into third gear, down into the last chicane. Let's see if he can do this. Can the McLaren driver get on pole? Down in second gear, needs a good exit. And he's got that exit. Through the last corner he comes. Is it going to be pole position for McLaren driver? It's going to be a 1 minute, 17.5. He currently puts him on P5 on the grid. And let's see Pelzeri. Where is he going to be? Is it going to be an improvement? It's not going to be an improvement. It's just a 19.8. But he has got another lap in the bag. He's got 15 more seconds. Let's see if he does go for another lap. And we're going to keep on board with Pelzeri. Can he get on pole position? So I think that really is it after that, because Mizzi's going to call it a day, I think, on that P5. I think he'll take that on the slope, on the soft, but it's quite a bit off. 21.4, 3/10 up on his first sector, this Pelzeri. As he head through again, this left-hander, very tricky on traction, down into second gear. Hunt on the inside, third, now fourth, and now fifth. Gets a good exit, now a fast left-right section, down to fourth gear, actually, and now gets a good run. Fast right-hander. Keeps it in 6th gear, and he's alright. Oh, hits the DRS nicely, and he prepares the brake at the 100-meter board down into 2nd gear. Now 1st gear actually, and now the 2nd, now 3rd, now 4th. He's up quite a bit here. Long right-hander in 3rd gear, needs a good exit. He's got the exit he wants. Now the right-hander before the chicane, needs a good exit from the chicane. Very important for the end of your lap, down in 2nd gear. Hits it nicely. And now the last corner, let's see if it's going to be a pole position for the Haas driver across the line. It's going to be a pole position. It's going to be a 16.4 for the Haas driver. It's provisional, it's pole position here in Spain. Another pole this season, and it's ILR Pelzeri on pole position. Head of Amaze. What a lap from the Haas driver. That looked fantastically. It looked fantastic on my screen. And there we go. We're able to give you the pleasure of the pole position. We'll go down the grid order before the race starts, and that was a good qualifying session, but well done to Pelzeri again on pole position. So there you go, Haas driver ILR Pelzeri takes pole position for Spain here in P1, P2 for ESR Maze, P3 for Brumpson on the soft compound tyre Vitally, P4 for Josu on the soft, and then Midzi and P5 on the soft. Chris McJones in P6 on the soft, P7 for Pete Dasfell, P8 for Jamie, and Thomas in 9th. F1 Maestro in P10, Adam Lee in P11, P12 for Joker, P13 for WR Button, Flying Rozzy, ARH Racings, Revolutions, Bibbin, Emerald, Strength, Ultra Strength, and Army Joggler round out the grid. So that's the grid order for the Spanish Grand Prix. Lots of different strategies. A lot of people going for the soft compound to start off with, noticeably, particularly those from sort of P3 on the grid downwards. But top 10 there on the soft compound tyres. So it's going to be a very interesting race to the strategy. Once again, seeing the different strategy people are playing out. But here, the drivers are going to be running up to start for the grid. They're going to be getting their cars ready, getting their mindset into the game, and just keeping calm. The most important thing here is to keep calm off the grid, because it can be very chaotic the first lap or so. So here we go, guys. We're preparing for the race start here for the 5th round of this season of ILR Tier 2. And hopefully it's a good one. So I expect some great racing, because it's different strategies as well. And hopefully we can have a very interesting podium. And they're all readying up. Just in their fuel loads. They'll be readying up for... Here we go, boys. For the race start here. For AOR. Here we go. And it's lights out. And away we go for the Spanish Grand Prix for ILR Tier 2. There's a good start by ILR Pelzeri as he heads into turn 1. Is he going to defend nicely from ESR Amaze? He heads into turn 1. Are you going to be in the lead? Is he? Yes, he will be. He leads the way from ESR Amaze in P2, Josu in P3, Brumson in P4, P5 Josh Jones, F1 Maestro, and then we've got Midzi in P7. F1 Maestro is now into P5. So currently, as the grid order goes down, first sector is Pelzeri in the lead from Amaze, from Brumson, who's battling away with Josu in the Toro Rosso. Let's go on board. Let's try and get on board with him, and he's done the order, and actually it's battling between Maestro and McJones. McJones on the outside of Maestro on the inside, and let's see what Maestro can do. He's actually on the inside, he's got the move done, so Maestro has made a lot of moves up in this first sort of phase of the start. Mizzi down to P8, but look at that, currently Brumson and Maestro from P10 I think he was, into P4 already, and the leaders are currently away as well. But look at that, Maestro getting very close to Brumson. He's on the faster tyre. Brumson currently in P3. He wants to be preserving that position at the start, at the stage of the race. Down the order, we've got Joshua in P6. We've got Jamie in P7, Mizzi in P8 on the start, and he's lost a little bit of ground on the start. We've got Thomas in P9, we've got Dasfeld in P10, so very close top 10 so far, within close proximity. But we're going to look up the order here, and let's see what's going on. Anyone kicking off here? It's quite a big lead for Belzeri. But let's see, Maestro is closing the gap on Bromson now as we head for turn 1. Anderson made contact already, and Maestro is trying to get through on Bromson. I think maybe Bromson broke a little bit earlier, and Maestro got caught out here. But look at this, Maestro is all over the rear of Maestro. He's on the inside going to turn 3, and he's actually on the inside in 4th gear. We'll see where Maestro is on the outside. They make contact, and Chris is on the inside. It's a little bit, I don't know, there's a little bit of frame rate here and there. And it's very close between these two drivers here as they head through the right left. It's going to be, Chris lets him go here, but Chris wants to get a good exit, get a good run here through the long right-hander. Keeps it in 6th gear. He's a good exit, going to hit the slipstream. Let's see if he can get past the four-cylinder driver. Looks to the inside. Can he make it stick? No, he cannot. He has to stay behind, and he's made contact with Maestro. He's actually corrected it okay, but he still remains in P5, but it means that Mincy is all over his rear end, and Mincy, after he's got lots of oversteer, he's actually lost the car. Mincy's gone, and maybe there was a bit of contact there, you know. And the championship leader is he's actually in the wars here. He's actually gone down the hill, down to P14, and I'm pretty sure there might have been some contact there for the driver for him. But we've got currently the battling away RH Racing with Joker. But look at the order at top. Let's see who else is battling away as well. We've got Thomas in P5. And he changes. Actually, Pelzo is absolutely storming away from this race. But currently it's all pretty still in the top 5. But anybody else, it's very close between I think it's P5, P4, P5, P6, P7. Actually, Jogler made a lot of positions up in the first lap as well. He was down the order as well. So he started right at the back of the order. So the two Force India boys, Maestro down to P16. He's actually sort of damaged because of that collision he had earlier. Let's see if Jogler, who is a very fast driver indeed, can get up the order a bit more. He's made a fantastic high through the field. He's actually on the soft as well. He's actually behind Jamie, so he made some fantastic ground here. But I think it's all pretty spread out up front, so we're going to keep focused with Jogler. Yeah, Jogler's been 13 positions up at the start. He's down in P20, 10 positions for Ultra Stealth. Just very good starts there. And again, even Maestro had a good start as well, but he was very unlucky. Let's see if Jogler can actually make a move on Jamie here. He's got not a great exit from that last chicane, so it might not be. But currently, it's all pretty settled there. The top 5, they're pretty much away with the action. And the Pelzer's got a good gap, 1.9 seconds to Maze. There's a yellow flag into the 2. So let's keep with Jamie, and we've got Jogler, who's right over the back of him actually. He's half second behind, and it's a little bit of a train. Does fall in P8 as well. So let's see if Jogler, he's lining up a move. He looks a bit faster than Jamie at this point in the race. They're on the same tyres, so look, notice Bromson actually is the fastest soft runner currently, and the Ferrari boys are making a fantastic redemption race from the failure of Baku. Baku, they didn't score any points, and they're currently in P3 and P4. And the McLaren boys, Mincy particularly, is in the wars because he's unfortunately had a little bit of an incident. But currently it's all pretty settled here. It's all pretty tight though in the midfield from P5 downwards, as we've mentioned. We've got Mincy's made a move on Joker, actually down to P11. So Mincy trying to get through the field, but he's got a bit of a way to catch up to RH Racing's. And Pelzeri actually made a mistake, so that means that Pelzeri is actually boxing in. So he's boxing into the pit lane very early on already, which means Bromson now leads the race from Amaze. So Bromson somehow, on the soft compounds, got ahead of Amaze. So there must have been some sort of contact between Amaze and Pelzeri, which we didn't catch, unfortunately. But look at this. Amaze is all over the rear. Bromson going to keep with this battle for the lead of the race. But look, the difference is Bromson's on the soft compound and Maze is on the super soft, and I think there might be a little bit of damage because he's actually losing a lot of time. So I think there's been some sort of incident between the two leaders at that point, Pelzeri and Maze. So he's losing a little bit of lap time to Bromson, and Bromson leads this race. And you know what? This is looking fantastic for Ferrari. Jokers now has retired from the session, which promotes Midzi into a points-paying position. But it's going to be good points, particularly for someone like Chris Becker Jr. as well, who actually is in the battle for the championship. and Brumson to a certain extent as well. And this is going to be good points because the championship leader, down in P10 currently. But behind, we've got Chris Macker-Jones. He is putting the pressure on the Sauber driver, the ESR Mates. He's a little bit slow here, and I think there's damage to that car of the Sauber. We'll go through the long left-hander once again, and look at that. Chris is all over the rear end here. He's just trying to get past. He's losing lots of time to his own teammate. Goes for the right-hander, just waiting for his time. I think Amaze will be hitting in soon, but I'm sure there has been some sort of contact between Amaze and Pelzeri. But look, Amaze has continued on. I think that maybe the Slipstream has actually had it. And here he comes, DRS activated, Slipstream and ERS. And here he comes, it's going to be such an easy move for Chris. Surely goes to the left-hand side. And he's going to get that move pretty much done, I think. Yeah, and... oh, here he goes on the inside once again. Amaze on the inside. It's Chris on the left-hand side, being forced off wide. And I don't know, Chris actually has given that position back to him. So I think, bit of contact, but Chris will get the cut back on him. He goes on the inside of the Sauber driver. Does he make this one stick down into fourth gear? And let's see if Amaze has let that go. He has. So Chris now into P2. Is a Ferrari 1-2 here in Spain. And you've got to argue, they're on a very good strategy here on the soft compound. As Amaze is struggling big time. He's losing positions after positions after positions. Jamie now is all over the back of Thomas as well. And Thomas is actually having a fantastic race here in the Renault. If we go through the left, the fast left-hander. Right-hander, sorry. Let's see if Jamie can actually get past. No, he's too far back. Oh! Okay, there's a little bit of... I don't know what's actually happening here. He's just gone straight through him. Has he paused or something? There's some sort of strange things happening here. We've got a joggler as well, who is back in this as well. So it's all kicking off here in this race. A lot of strange things are happening. There's currently a Ferrari 1-2 for Jamie in P3, who's actually on the podium in the Haas, doing a superb job. Once again, looking for his podium here. Look at this. We've got Dasfer making the move on Joggler here. Let's see if he can get this move done. He's on the inside. Let's go on board with the McLaren driver. He's on the soft compound like him as well. Going to go on the inside. Can he make this one stick? He's going to make... he can leave the space and round the outside. Joggler's going to keep it. But let's see if Dasfer can get back in through this long right-hander. Keeps it in 6th gear. He's going to be in the slipstream. He's going to have the ERS as well. There's a little bit of a short run. He can have a little look. But is he going to make it? No, he cannot make it. Stay behind the Force India. He needs to get a good run for here, and he gets that good run. He's going to look to the... no, he can't. Look to the inside. Yes, he can make it to the inside. He's going to go on the inside. And Joggler in space. Getting a good exit here. Joggler on the outside. Dusfeld on the inside. And Dusfeld makes that move comfortably. And he's up to P5. What a move from the McLaren driver as he makes... he's trying to hold on to Thomas. Thomas actually is just ahead and losing a little bit of lap time. So Dusfeld making great positions up mid-seat in P8 currently as well. Let's have a look at telemetry. Let's bring up the stops maze. Currently, Pelzeri, Maestro, Irish Racing's Josu, Amazed, Adam Lee. We've all made stops, but our 3 retirees are Joker, Button, and VRT Emerald currently. But yeah, we'll see if anybody else is coming in. But from what I can see from the top runners, the soft compound should be able to go longer into the race. So we probably won't see any of these guys pitting as of yet. But let's look at Dusfeld. He's right over the back of Thomas here, and he's making the moves up here, the McLaren driver. He's going to put on a fantastic show. I think he was done in P9 on the grid, I think, if I remember rightly. A little bit of understeer there through that fast right-hander. Let's see if we can try and keep with him. Let's do it as an interval. Let's go on broadcast. He's trying to sudden up a move here on the front driver, and he wants to really fight for this podium. He wants to get past Thomas as fast as possible because he's only 1.5 seconds behind Jamie. So this is going to be a good idea. So he's going to have DRS, he's going to have the slipstream as well, but he's not much ERS left in that McLaren. So let's see if he can actually get past the Renault driver. It's a bit of a short straight, this one, as I don't think he had disconnected, so it's okay. A bit of a short way behind. Currently Marshall's on the medium, so he's going to try and get to the end, I think. It's going to be very tough on those mediums to go right to the end. He pitted quite early, if I remember rightly. Dusfeld is trying to keep with DRS, and I think he might have a good chance. He gets a good exit from the chicane here. He might have a good chance of joking on the left session. So let's see. It does. I can get the good line. Get a good line for that last corner. Let's see. Here's the DRS. He's going to be in the slipstream. He's going to try using a little bit of that ERS as well. And let's see if we can get past the Renault driver. He's closing. He's closing. He's closing. He's closing. He's closing. But is it enough? It's not really enough at this point. He doesn't have enough ERS left. He's getting so close. Thomas very slow through the apex of turn 1. And let's see if Dasfeld can make his way past, as got Pelzeri and Maestro up the order as well. Dasfeld looking to the inside but cannot make the move stick. He's got to wait a little bit longer. Having a little look, he's looking to the inside, but again, no space for him. He's going to have to wait for that next DRS zone. He's coming up after that fast right-hander and hope that Thomas makes a mistake. He has really fast, the fast left-right. Now for the fast right-hander once again. Let's see if Dasfeld is going to get the exit he wants. He's a little bit far behind, 6/10 off. So he might want to preserve his ERS for this straight. But he has got in the background, we have got Ultra Stealth in P6 who's closing in as well. So really Dasfeld wants to get this move done as fast as he can. Good exit once again. This last chicane is big time vital to get the exit you want. And it looks like he's got a good run actually. The Renault driver making a bit of a mistake, so this is his chance now. He wants to get past. Got a little bit of ERS saved as well. So he's going to be in the slipstream, DRS and the ERS. The Renault driver defends early and he knows it's going to be pretty much over. Here he comes. Dasfeld on the left hand side. Can he make this move stick? Has he got enough momentum in the McLaren? He goes around the outside, leaves a room on the inside for the Renault driver. He goes around the outside and he gets the move done into P4. So Dasfeld now, McLaren driver into P4, 2.4 seconds behind Jamie. He's got a little bit of time to catch up, but it's all possible, and a podium is in sight from the McLaren driver. What a good move from him. But we've got Ultra Stealth now in P6, and we've got actually Midzi in P7, 7.4 seconds back, so it's got quite a long way to catch up to that group. But at least he'll score some decent points here. We've got Pelzeri in P8, but Maestro currently behind him in actually quite close behind him actually here. So let's see how this battle ravels up. We've got ES Amazed behind Josu. Very close as well. Lots of close battles here in this race so far. We're 10 laps in with 23 more laps to go. And the first 10 laps have actually flew by here. We're nearly a third into this race. So let's see. And Maestro find a way past on the medium. This is also a very good, interesting thing to note, is that he's on the medium. Pelzeri is actually on the soft compound tyres. So interesting so far. Maestro, I don't know if he's going to be able to get to the end on those. I think medium on, yeah, it is medium compound. But sometimes on our screen it's saying it's looking like a soft tyre that's been fitted, but I think it's a medium. I'm trusting the telemetry. Let's see if he gets the good run he wants. Let's see, he's a bit behind. He's about 6/10, so he might have a chance. He's enough ERS. He has got enough ERS here, so let's see if he catches up enough. He's closing and closing and closing, but it isn't enough, and he closes so much going into turn 1. So much momentum, especially Pelzeri actually got a 3-second time penalty. So let's see. Let's keep with this helicopter shot. We love this camera. This is one of my favourites. As he ends the first sector, he's right behind Pelzeri, so I'm going to keep with this. It's very close here. We've got actually Amazing 2 tenths behind Bibin as well. Down the order, and we might just switch to that quickly. As you look at this, they're battling away. Here goes Amazing on the inside of Bibin. He's gone to the inside. It's closed. It's going on board. It goes on the inside. I think he has got that move done. He has. Amazing now into P12. So that's that one. That move done. Let's go back to Maestro and Pelzeri. Again, a little bit of a stretch, so those soft tires are working very well for Pelzeri. He's able to get it, particularly in the complicated parts of the circuit, he's a bit faster. And is he on the medium? I'm pretty sure he is. Telemetry's telling me he is medium, but on our screens, the graphics telling us it's the soft. I'm pretty sure he's on the medium if you look at the top right-hand corner. Again, he's a good exit here. Thomas is actually down to P6 now, so I'll just find our way past him. But again, Maestro's not getting the run he wants. I think these mediums aren't quite there yet in terms of being able to get past. He's getting his 6 tenths behind the same sort of order as I think Thomas actually is in the pit lane. So let's see if Maestro closes up enough. He actually is closing really fast, but again, it's not enough down that long back straight. So what Maestro needs is a very good lap here, because he needs to stay within, I think if he stays within half a second throughout the whole lap, he'll have a very good chance at that back straight, that pit straight to get past him. But you'll have to just wait a little bit. So we'll keep with these two. But currently, we look at the starts. Currently, so yeah, the top 6 haven't stopped yet at all. Bibbin hasn't stopped, and the flying Rozzy hasn't stopped yet either. So I do predict, as Thomas has pitted in, I think we'll see the leaders pit in any time now. But let's go to the leaders actually. Let's see where they are. They are coming out actually. So Bromson continues for another lap. Chris continues for another lap. We've got Jamie and Dasfeld very close between these two boys. And actually, as Dasfeld has pitted in, so trying to get the undercut on Jamie here. Midseat in P6 coming out last chicane, and he's caught up a little bit, so he's still going to be in with some good points, I feel. Once again, Maestro is again 6/10s, and it's kind of he's not enough. I think he's going on board with him. He's closing up again, but it's just not enough. Towards the end of that straight, it's just not enough. So again, Maestro has to keep within half a second for the whole lap, I feel. Again, it's very close. But jogging down the order in P15. Look at this. Maestro's right behind. He's actually hounding Pelzeri hard, and Pelzeri is a bit slow here, so I think Maestro has a good chance we can stick with him. He's very close behind him. Let's go for the left, right here. He's a fast right-hander. Let's see what sort of exit he gets to go on board with him. He's 4 bit tense, going to keep the DRS. He's closing in, but again, he's just too far behind. But that's good enough for him. He'll be within a few tenths of the fast driver, and he's a good run in this last sector, and particularly that last chicane once again. And you've got a little bit of traffic in front. We've got the McLaren of Midseat. This could actually help Pelzeri potentially if he can get into the DRS, but I don't think he will be. He might be just outside of it. So here we go. Maestro is a good exit here as Mizzy Pitts is in, and Pelzeri is going to be under pressure. DRS for Pelzeri as well, so that's actually going to limit Maestro. His best chance has come. There's not enough. He's in the slipstream. He'll have the ERS. Is he closing enough? It's not enough. I don't think it's going to be enough. Get to the left-hand side. No, he won't have to wait. Try and get a cut back. He's going to have a better line, I feel. Fast driver. Is he going to close up enough going into it? He's, again, fisting in time penalty for Chris here. So, I think... Oh, look at that. Maestro is all over the back of Pelzeri. Absolutely hounding him. He's going to get a better exit from this corner here. Again, for the left right. I know it's been a long time we've been sitting on this battle between these two boys. Chris hasn't picked it yet, and Ultra Stuff hasn't either. But look at this, Maestro right there with Pelzeri. He's going to have the DRS. Is he going to be able to make the move? He's going to have a look at the inside. He's going to go for it. Is he? Yes, he is going to go for it up the inside. And he's going to get that move made and done. Maestro into P4. And he had to make that move. And he's 2 seconds behind Bromson now. And remember, they've pitted. But Chris has pitted in. He's pitting in now. So let's see where he compares to Bromson. I feel Bromson will be quite far ahead. So Ferrari boys ready for his stop. We're going to pop on a set of medium compounds to the end of the race, and let's see where he compares to Bromson, who's going to easily retake the lead of the race. Maestro's going to go in second place as Pelzeri actually pits now, so he's pitted in on his medium. He's pitted from some medium to go to the end, so Pelzeri's done his stop as well. But Jamie now in P4. Jossie right at the back of RH Racing's here, 2 tenths behind. The two Rebel boys are going to be battling now. Let's see if this escalates to anything. A little bit of understeer, so I think a little bit of front wing damage on Jossie potentially. Dasfeld's right behind SR Maze as well. But Thomas is right behind Ultra Stealth. Let's see, Ultra Stealth to spin out the pit lane. Let's see if Thomas can make the move stick. Going to go on the inside. Can go around the outside of the Mercedes driver. He's going to look for it, but he can't. Ultra Stealth keeps his line and absolutely parks it. Fantastic defending. Let's go for the left right-hander. And he gets a good, actually, you know what? I think he's got a good chance here for this long right-hander. And he's a good exit. And you know what? He's got a really good run. Goes to the left-hand side. And he's going on the inside of the Mercedes driver. And the move is done. So he's got up to P9. As Dasfeld is closely following ESR Mazed here in his battle, and Jossie is very close behind his own teammate, so it's very close between sort of P5 and P8 here. Let's see if Josu can make a move. Look at this. Fantastic. Here he goes. Let's see if he can make a move on his own teammate. He can be in the slipstream. He can have it. I think he's got it done easy. Look at that. Just flies past the team like he isn't even there. And he goes, oh, they make contact. And they've hit each other, two teammates. Josu's okay. I think I'll have to choose him from when he goes to ILR Racing's. But look at that. Amazing. All over the ring. He's on the inside of the Red Bull driver. And look at that. He's got that absolutely done and dusted. I think he's going to be on the inside. He's got that move done. But what about Dasfell? And all this is going to fly ESR Maze through. ILR Racing's, where is he? Yeah, he's backed out of it. So Dasfell into P7, right behind ESR Maze. But it looks like Racing's might have got a little bit of front end plate damage from his clash with Josu. And I think he might have just misbraked a little bit there. But Dasfell's all over the back of ESR Maze here. 3 tenths behind, 2 tenths behind. It looks like he's closing so much. DRS activated as well. Is it enough though? It's probably not. He's going to look to the inside, but he's not going to get that move done. He's going to wait for that pit straight. With any sort of move on the Sauber driver. Already kind of halfway through this race already, so there's 16 more laps to go, and his first 17 laps have absolutely flown by. Heading into this chicane now. It's a good run, this Dasfell. He's got an okay run-ish. He might have the DRS, but so will Amaze, so realistically it isn't going to be enough. But really, the guy who's under pressure is Josu. And Josh is going to be, I think, okay. But look at that. Dasfell's closing up, but not enough. He can stay behind here. We are going to keep with this battle. As Missy now actually is in P11, so he's coming back through the field too. Look at this. Dasfell all over the back. He's going to be on the inside. What a miss. Can he get that move done? He's going to be on the inside. I think he's got that move done, but can Amaze make the move on the inside? Yes, he can. He goes for the move on the inside. Dasfell gives him plenty of room. And what a move. What a cutback. What a move on that by Amaze into P6 once again, and Dasfell gave him fantastic racing room. Great racing between these two boys who are fighting over P6. But Dasfell, he won't give in. Amaze lost DRS to Josu. Let's see, DRS activated. He's going to be in this stream, but not enough. Another 3-second time penalty for Army Joggler. Dasfell staying behind here. Trying to make some sort, he's trying to keep a lot of pressure. And look at that, a bit wide by the Sauber driver, and he's going to be he's going to be under pressure by a lot. And Dasfell really needs to get past him and get on with it. Goes into Josu, who he really wants to get on that podium. Does Dasfell? I feel. Pardon me. Sorry about that, guys. But Dasfell now in the slipstream and the DRS and the ERS, and this surely has got to be the move done. He's going to have this one surely. Going to go on the inside, and I think that's going to be a done deal for the McLaren driver on the inside, heading to turn 1, and there you go. That's the move done, and he's going to continue on his way on the medium towards the end of the race and close in on Josu. He's 1.7 seconds ahead. So good move from Dasfell, who continues on his journey to try and get and fight for that podium. And I think he might get. I think the podium might be quite tough. Jimmy's 2.7 seconds behind. But looking down the order. Let's see, Ultra Stealth right behind Thomas as well. We've got Armin Joggler, who's right behind Mid-Z. Let's go with Ultra Stealth and Thomas. Very close, and I'll tell you what, it's very close between Joggler and Mid-Z as well. As now Joggler's gone actually, he's DNF, so he's actually retired from the session, so Joggler's out of the race. Gives Mizzy a little bit of breathing space, but Mizzy's going to be trying to get back into the points because his main championship rival, Chris McIntyre, is going to be on the podium. As Maestro actually has pitted, so Maestro is in the pits, and that put Chris into P2 now. So Maestro pits in. Let's see what tyres he's going to go on to. Another set of soft tyres. Yes, he is. And away he goes. Let's see where it's going to bring him out to. It might be battling with Pelzeri here. And I think he will be. And he's actually going to be... Is he going to be in front of Midzi? He will be. So I sense a great battle between Maestro, Midzi and Pelzeri on here. For the bottom end points, Pelzeri gets another 3-second time penalty. So that isn't going to help his cause either. So as it stands, probably Maestro is probably in P8 here. Look at this. Oh, a spinner! It's a Red Bull. It's Josh who's around trying to get out of the way. But that promotes Dasfell into P4 now. And he's got a chance at this podium, Dasfell. He's 4.9 seconds behind Jamie. We've got Ultra Stealth. He's all over the back of Thomas. He's trying his absolute best, but doesn't get the exit he wants there. He's losing a little bit of momentum, a second down now, so he's not got the best exits. But look at that, Midzi, and he's right behind Josu, who actually has made that spin. Let's see if Midzi can get past him. He needs to get past him as soon as he can. Goes to the left-hand side, going to go on board with McLaren driver. Let's see, and you know what? I think Josu's let him have that. So Midzi now to P9, but he's a good 2.3 seconds behind Maestro here. And Maestro obviously is on the Fisher compound, so as it stands, because of the penalties that Pelzeri's got, I think Midzi's going to be in P8 here. But you never know in terms of penalties if there's more positions to be gained. But yeah, Midzi has done a decent job to be there. But anyone else, again, Stealth is right behind, he's behind Thomas, but it's just not enough. It's all quite quiet up front, because it's in the top 4, pretty spaced out, actually top 5 as well. But we've got Stealth, who's over the back of Thomas, who's having a fantastic drive. Maestro is behind Pelzeri here, so again, a battle between these two boys. Again, this is going to be fantastic to watch. Maestro's probably bull looking at that Haas rear end. Looks at the inside, he's going to go, what a move. He's actually just sent it, licked the stamp, and gone for it, and bomb, he's up to P7 for the Force India driver, as he continues on his journey to close in. And you know what? P6 isn't out of sights, and neither is P5. So good chance for Maestro on this fresh set of softs to get into the top 5 here in this race and get some more points for his own championship. So good stuff for Maestro. Great move from him. Fantastic. Shimmy wasn't actually on board. Oh, he loses the rear end. He's going to drift, and he's lost it. Oh my God. Commentators, curse if you like it, mate. Oh no, Maestro, what have you done there, fella? I think he's hit that curb on the inside before that right hander, and that curb's lethal. And he's hit it, and it's split him round, and that's put Midzi into P8 now, and put Midzi with probably going to be P7. But oh dear, Maestro was looking to get into the top 5 there, and I'm absolutely jinxed him one. But everything's quite spaced out. Stealth 1.4, 3 behind Thomas. As Pelzeri gets another 3-second time penalty. But such a shame for Maestro there, and he would have probably caused a little bit of damage to his tyres as a result of that spin. But he won't be happy with himself, because he knows that he's probably destroyed a good chance of a top 5 finish here in Spain. They're all pretty spaced out here. And I don't think Midzi might make another stop, but then again I don't think he will. Then Midzi's going to stay and continue to the end. I don't think any of the top 5 are going to make a stop yet. So it's all pretty quiet now. It's all settled down in. Oh, his Maestro's gone again. He's hit the wall. Maestro, mate. James. What are you doing, fella? 2 laps on the trot. He's absolutely mucked it up. That's a shame, man. He's doing really well, and dear, not Jimmy's day, and it wasn't Jimmy's day in Baku either, and it's happened here in Spain. I'm really sorry for him, man. It's a shame, because when you're driving and you're really pushing, and obviously I guess that spin he had, half spin he had in the lap before, puts you under pressure a little bit because you try and regain that time back, and he probably overpushed it, and decided to kick out on him, and that's really unlucky for James, because he was on for a good result in this race and get some more points, but unfortunately not. But look, Stealth actually is behind Thomas again. Again, 1.2. Nothing really. It's kind of all died out here. We've only got 15 runners left in this race. Yeah, let's look. We haven't seen much from Bromson. I mean, he's actually driven a fantastic race so far with 11 more laps to go. We're 66% through this race. And he's 8.7 seconds in front, and he's done an absolute stellar job. And he's been there on the podium this season a few times, and he's had the pace, and he's come out here, and he's absolutely bossed it. He's done a superb race, and if he keeps it all managed and all, Chris actually has got a 3-second time penalty as well. He's got this race in the bag, and Jamie in P3 once again going to get on the podium for the fast driver. Then again, it's not all over. It's not completely done yet, as Pelzeri actually has got past Stealth. Where's Stealth? What's happened to Stealth? He's still down the order here. Where is Stealth? He's got a problem, man. I think he's got an issue. No, he's okay. He's going again, I think. He's okay. Yeah, he's. I think he's on a spin somewhere. I can put Mitzi into P7 now, and Mitzi would have lost. I mean, he's got a 31-point lead. Lost 12 points to Chris, so he's still going to have a 19-point lead. But it's been a great day. As I say, going back to Brumson, it's been a great day for this guy who has been on the podium a few times this season so far, and he's absolutely driven a fantastic race. We haven't seen much of him really, and he's just driven a great race. And the Ferrari is going to get maximum points here after the complete disaster that was Baku. So a thorough, fantastic drive so far. Let's hope he can keep it together. Chris, I think, will be happy. I think he will still keep his P2. I think he's got the pace over Jamie, but Jamie is coming under pressure from Dasfell, who looks to get he's trying to get his second podium of the season and this back-to-back podium here. So let's see. Dasfell is driving a fantastic race. He's down in P9 at the start, and he's looking for another one of those races, but he's all pretty spaced out. I do think that he's going to have a good chance of getting Jamie towards the end, almost like what happened between Jamie and I think it was Kushmania in China. So I think we might see that same repeat, and Jamie's got to really keep it all together and keep his composure to keep hold of that P3, and he showed that in China. So I no doubt for me, I think he can keep his composure. Josh is in P10. I can see he's 1.8 behind Amazed. There might be a little bit of battle there going on soon. Other than that, it's all pretty dead. But I hope you guys have been enjoying this race so far. Thank you for all you guys who are viewing and still watching currently. 11 of you guys from what I can see on my viewing count. Nice. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope I'm actually entertaining you somewhat. The same voice for the whole race. Hopefully we'll have Thomas next week and for the race at Monaco. But currently it's all pretty quiet out there, so I'm going to keep with the leaders currently. And as you know, with 8 more laps to go, this race is absolutely flown by. It's been a thoroughly good watch. The first 10 laps were absolutely action-packed. So it's been pretty good for a Spanish Grand Prix, but it's kind of all settled down a little bit, and everyone's still into their races, trying to get to the end. But Dasfell again lost a little bit of lap time to Jamie. Jamie's responded almost back to him, so Jamie looks to have that P3 under control a little bit here. We've got Palzeri, he's got lots of penalties, and I think he's actually going to be, I think Mizzi might actually be able to get P6 here on penalties against Palzeri. So that will be, he actually lost 10 points instead. Brumson now has got a 3-second penalty, so he's now got that 3-second time penalty that he hadn't had before. But I think he's going to be fine anyway, because Chris has one too, so it's kind of like, the gap is where it is. You know, if Chris has a 3-second penalty, so does Brumson, the gap's staying as it is. So it is still an 8.8 second gap, realistically. But you know, Chris can't afford to have another penalty because he's going to be under threat from Jamie for that P2. Josu actually is behind Amazed here, so let's see. Josu is lining a move on Amazed. I'm on a soft compound. I think, let's have a look at what Amazed's actually on. Fire he's actually on the medium, so. And Josu's soft is a bit more fresher. A lap younger. But Amazed medium's going to be in better shape towards the end of the race, I would assume. So let's keep with this one. This is our tightest battle of the race so far. This is for P9. Last chicane. Let's see. Oh, Amazed completely cut that last part of that chicane there. Let's see if Joshua gets a good exit. He's going to be a little bit behind. He's going to be 6'10". Again, we've seen actually now. It's closing up, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be enough. You know what? Actually, no, maybe it is going to be enough. It's closing really quickly. Going to go on the inside. Oh my days. That was close. Oh, good reaction from Joshua to avoid that collision. It was a bit far back, I feel. And now Dasfell now gets a 3-second time penalty. We need to watch out for Thomas. And that means that Jamie, I think that pretty much confirms Jamie for P3. Josu is putting a lot of pressure. Oh, it's so close. I'm amazed there. Closing big time. Again, there's another helicopter shot. It's beautiful. We love this shot. He might have a good chance in this DRS zone here. I think he's got a good chance. He's going to hit the DRS. And you have the slipstream. Let's see. Gonna go on the outside, is he? Gonna try and... No. No, he won't be able to make that move, so he's gonna wait for the next DRS zone. He's right all over the back of the maze, so he needs to get a good exit from the chicane. I'm sure he can do that. The maze looks very vulnerable. So let's see what sort of exit he can get here. He's a decent run here, as long as he's within sort of 3 or 4 tenths, and I think he's going to have that. He's within 4 tenths, so here's the DRS now, and in the slipstream, and using the ERS as well, and all the power he's got from that runner power unit gets to the left-hand side of the Sauer driver, and he has got that move pretty much done. Amazing to the inside, does he? No, he does not. So, Josu into P9. Let's see if Mace can make some sort of move back on him. He won't be able to, so and he's gone very wide there, so looks like he's struggling a little bit. Josu is into P9 with 2 more points, another point on the board for himself, so 2 points in the championship. He'll take that nicely. He's currently P3 with his consistency, and again, Midseed now gets a penalty. 3-second time penalty, which won't affect him too much. I think he'll still... I don't know, that might have cost him P6 there, because I think Pelzo's got 2 penalties, potentially 3, so maybe it won't. But he's 5.5 behind, so really he would have wanted that gap. He wanted, if Pelzo had 3 penalties, he really wanted to not have that 3-second time penalty. You probably find out how much he's pushing. He has made a little bit of a mistake. He doesn't do a maestro, unfortunately. Maybe the Maze can come back here. I don't think he can. Oh, he slaps that curb there from the chicane. You get the exit he wants though? Let's have a look. About 8 tenths. Maybe. He's going to hit the DRS and slipstream. And maybe his tyres will come towards him towards the end of the race because the soft tyres probably going to degrade a little bit. We've got the final 5 more laps of this race. So it's all the battle for P9. Oh, he's lost the rear end. Oh, he's saw the traction there. So I think I might have given Josh a little bit of breathing space there. So I think that's all pretty quiet. Pelzeri is closing big time on Tomos. He's 1.2 behind, but remember he's got lots of penalties. So really, Pelzeri needs to fly past Tomos, and he needs to stretch the gap out. And it's going to be pretty difficult in 4 laps to do that. Still. Let's see. He needs a good. I mean, he's not going to be in DRS this time around. Actually, he might be. He's closed a quite a good exit there, so he might have the DRS, and he does have it. So here he comes. They're closing quite a big time. So I think in this next lap or so, he's going to get a move done on Tomos. I think. So he's closing quite a lot now, but it's not going to be enough. He's got a next DRS zone coming up in sector 2, so he might have a good chance if he buys his time. And if these two have a little bit of a collision, this really helps Midseed because of the penalty he has. And if Thomas can actually delay Pelzeri as much as he can, this really helps Midseed too. Pelzeri is all over the gaps, flying Rosvi. Rosvi gets another penalty. But Pelzeri is all over the back. Let's see through the fast right-left again. Or left-right, sorry. The fast right-hander. Let's see if he can get a good exit here. He's closing pretty fast. He's within 6 tenths. This time, I don't think he's going to have enough momentum to get past the runner driver. He'll be closing up quite quickly. But I feel it won't be enough. No, it won't. So we'll wait for that another one. So he's going to have a chance to get into P5. But whether it's going to be a provisional P5 or not is another question. You have to really stretch it out as... got 4 laps including lap 30 to go. You need to get a good exit here. You'll get a good exit, I feel. This is yeah, you can have this one pretty much done here. We're gonna go on board with it. And are they fresher? They're 3 laps fresher, so I think Thomas is really struggling on those tyres towards the end. They probably had their best, but let's see if Pelzer can get past. No, he won't. He'll have to wait another time around. So that was a good chance for Pelzeri. But he gets a good run through the first 2 corners and the fast right-hander. He's a good run. He's going to hit the slipstream. Again, not far. He's not close enough, really. So it's close, but it's no cigar. And this is really helping Midseed stay within the 5 seconds because it helps him when towards the end of the race. Midseed could really be on here for P6 still. if Pelzeri can't get past us. Pelzeri makes a little bit of a mistake, but he's going to get a good run. He's going to be within half a second, so he might have a chance here. It's a DRS. He's closing up, but again, he's too far back, I feel. So he's going to be another, wait for that another pit straight and hope he gets a good exit from that last chicane. He's got a little bit of ERS. Oh my god, he nearly hit. I think he nearly hit the driver there. And Josu's got a penalty. So that helps with Maze. There's a Maze, I think, Tyler coming back to Maze here, and he's going to put the Maze probably into P9, even with the penalty. But look at that. Thomas made a mistake there, and he's struggling big time on those tyres. He's in big trouble. And now DRS and a slipstream from Pelzeri. I think he's struggling with his fuel. So it might not be as clear cut as he wants to go to the inside. Darts to the inside. And he's going to go. Is he going to get this move done? Is he? Down to fourth gear. And it's close. They make contact. And it's okay. They're just about to put it together. But they made a little bit of contact there. Thomas, I don't know what you're thinking about that move. He's probably thinking that's a little bit aggressive. But yeah, a little bit of contact, a little bit of wheel rubbing. But luckily, both of them saved it. And it didn't end up being a bad collision. I mean, you wouldn't want a collision at this stage of the race. It's not worth it. But Thomas, he's probably thinking long term. He's probably thinking, well, this guy in front of me has got penalties. Why am I going to be pushing him so hard? There's no need. But he's still... And then another penalty for Pelzeri. So I think this pretty much confirms that Mizzy would probably be with P6 or P6, really. So, again, Thomas is still behind Pelzeri, whilst Mizzy closes in. And now Thomas gets a penalty, so... but again, it's just probably his first penalty of the race, so it's not going to affect him. He's still going to have P5, I think. But if he can keep within DRS, I think he can just keep within the time gap. I mean, what he doesn't want is Midzi to get in front of him, because I think Midzi has got a time penalty too, so they're pretty much equal. Dasfo, he's right behind Jamie here, so I think we might... Actually, 1.1, maybe not. We might watch that battle for the podium, as Thomas is right behind Pelzeri. And you know what, he's got a good run here, and the Maze is right behind Josu. So there's a few little battles here kicking off towards the end of the race. Let's see, can Thomas... Again, 6'10's a bit down, so not enough. But what I have been watching is Dasfell closing up on Jamie. And it was quite a big gap, and Dasfell's going to be putting in lots of work here. Dasfell's got older tyres, surprisingly, as well, but he might have the DRS. He does have the DRS, so he'd be closing in on Jamie, sorry. Haas going to get some good points today as well, but you know what, this is not all over here. So let's see, but Mizzy gets another penalty. Again, that's going to cost him if, yeah, that's probably costed him. Yeah, he's probably not going to get P5. He might get P6 still, but there's no penalty. But Dasfell is looking good, but before they get past him. But we will look on and look at his 3 tenths behind. So he's going to have the slipstream and the DRS. And if you've got ERS, he's running out the ERS, so he's got to go to the left-hand side. He's closing. Gonna go around the outside. Is he gonna go around the outside? Can he make this one stick? He cannot. Not enough space for him. He's gonna wait again. It was close. He didn't have enough ERS charge. He should have thought about the ERS charge, but maybe he used that ERS charge to gain that time back. But Pelzeri is looking a little bit vulnerable here. And there's only 4 tenths between them. But let's have a look at Brotherson, who's coming around the final sector here as Chris gets another penalty. But Jamie, I don't know if that's been enough, but I think it's his second penalty of the race. But Brumson has absolutely done a fantastic job as now does forget a good penalty as well. So Brumson comes round the final chicane for the final time. This man's been absolutely in control. We haven't seen much of him, but he's absolutely controlled this race. And he's going to come through the final corner to take his first win of the season. It's a Ferrari 1-2 here in Spain. Fantastic race from Brumson. And Chris Mecker-Jones in P2 gains more points on Midzi, his trial rival Midzi in Championship. He comes across the line for P2, but Jamie and Dasfell is close between them, but I think it's enough. Jamie will hold on to P3 once again. Is it going to be P3 across the line? It will be, and it does fall in P4. So Jamie gets his second podium of the year. Pelzeri, P5, comes across the line in P5. But will it be P5 as Thomas comes across the line for P5 and Midzi? Is it going to be enough? It will be enough. It's going to be P6 for Midzi ahead of Pelzeri. Ultra Stealth He's coming out the final corner for P8 here. And he'll take that. Good points for him. Josu with very slow Josu. I think he's run out of fuel, you know. Yeah, he has. And the Maze gets past him in the end. So Josu gets a final point on the board. Irish Racing's actually done some. It's actually had a spin. But there you go. What a race! I tell you what, my star of this race, I'm gonna give it to Thomas, man. He's had a bit of a season, and he's got his first points, I think, on the board. So fair play to the round driver. Did a solid race there. He might be my driver of the day. Awesome. So there you go. Brumson and Chris Macker-Jones, 1-2 for Ferrari. That is a fantastic result. And what a fantastic race we've had in Spain for the 5th race of the season. What we'll do, we'll get the top 3 into the podium interviews, and we'll conduct the podium interviews, and that will be all for this. I hope you guys have enjoyed the race. I really appreciate everybody holding on. I know I've tried to keep it entertaining as I can on my own. It's pretty difficult as a commentator on your own, but I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We have got the podium interviews coming up, but fantastic job by Bromson there. I mean, class act here. Didn't see much of him, but just controlled the race, kept his composure, and the guy has thoroughly deserved this win here. And Ferrari it's a bit of redemption from the disaster that was Baku. Jamie gets a second podium of the season in since China. His second podium in 3 races, and he kept under pressure there. He kept under pressure and kept his composure and took the podium. So those top 3 fully deserve, once again, their top 3. So we'll get those top 3 in. So there you go. Our final classification here. Brumson in P1, a fantastic win for him. P2 for Chris Macker-Jones. Ferrari be absolutely fantastic result there for Constructors Championship. Jamie in P3 for the Haas, second podium of the season. Das fell in P4 for McLaren, close to that second podium. Thomas in P5, great result for him. Mizzi in P6, Pelzeri in P7, Ultrastef in P8 and P9 for ESR Maze, and P10 for Josu. And then the guys who didn't finish in the points is RH Racing's, ILR Bibbin, LE Revolutions, Flying Rosie and Adam Lee. And then the guys who didn't finish were Maestro, Joggler, Joker, WR Button and VRT Emerald. So there you go. That was your classification for the Spanish Grand Prix. We'll invite the top 3 in to the podium interviews. Let's have a little little word with these guys. Bear with me a second. I hope you guys enjoyed that race. Let's invite Brumson, Chris, and we want Jamie as well. All right, Brumson, mate.
Yeah, I'm right.
I'm just inviting the rest of the guys into the play for the podium. Let's hope they join. Good result, buddy. Very good win, man. Congrats.
Well, thanks, man. It was a nice race.
Yeah. Just try and get these other 2 in. Yeah, Chris, get in it. Yeah, there you go. Jamie's in. There's Chris. There he is. Come on, Chris. You alright, Jamie, buddy? Hello. Just trying to get Chris in. Oh. Let's see what Chris says. Okay. He's got work. Okay. I'll just do the podium interviews for you 2 boys. Alright then. So, congrats to you, Brumson, man. P1 in Spain, the first race win of the season for you. And a little bit of redemption for Ferrari after no points in Baku. So how do you feel about the result, man?
Yeah, absolutely great to have the 1-2 here in Spain. Chris and me, we knew we had decent pace around here, but yeah, to be first and second at the end of the race, that's brilliant. I had a good qualifying, being the first of the soft runners in P3, so I was pretty happy about that. had an alright launch, lost a position to Josu, but I won it back later. And then Maestro went into the back of me. Very unlucky for him. Yeah, then I overtook the guys on the Supers,
Yeah.
and basically it was just keeping the tires alive, not crashing. Just let the pace do the work.
Yeah, it was a good race, buddy. I mean, you're controlling it from, pretty early on. Your qualifying was fantastic. I mean, to qualify where you were on that soft compound was fantastic, and I think that I mean I think that really won you the race in the end in some ways. So I mean, you did a superb job to just keep it all together, and yeah, you won by quite a big margin as well. So congrats to you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Right, so we can't have Chris because Chris has got work, but he did say congrats to both of you boys. So that's awesome.
Thanks, Chris.
Again, Ferrari Dream Team doing bits this
Yeah.
season. Anyway, Jamie, on to you, buddy.
Yeah, I had a decent enough qualifying. I think sixth place, but I could have done a bit better. But anyway, um, then from the start, I had a good enough start. I got past the two McLarens, and then I made a bit of a gap to them. And then I got Mitzi past me, and then we made a bit of contact, and he spun. So yeah, and then I got past the Renault, I think, and I just made a bit of a gap, and I just kept it going to the pit stop, and then that's what was close to me, and then after the pit stop, I don't know, like 5 or 6 seconds ahead of him as he got stuck in traffic. And then I had a fairly quiet race just to the end until like that's what caught me, and then I just kept third position.
Yeah, man, you drove a fantastic race. I mean, it was facing to China, wasn't it? Because you got on the podium at China and was defending against.
Yeah, I got third place there as well.
Yeah, you got third place there, and you're coming under pressure from Kush, in the final stages. So here again, it was facing with Dasfell, wasn't it? Because he was closing in big time on you, and you just kept your composure again,
Yeah.
and again just kept you cool. And it's another great result for you this season, and another fantastic podium.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
I knew he had a
that's-
penalty as well, as Jeff told me, so I wasn't too worried as much as
Yeah.
China.
Exactly. I mean, also Haas have done a good job in the constructors as well, because both of you guys, I think you scored points today. So again, superb for
Yeah.
Haas in the constructors championship too, and does a job, and just keep it up, buddy, because you've got some good pace there.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, that is all for the stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Congrats to Brumpson once again on the win, and congrats to Chris who got second, and Jamie yourself in third. So congrats to all three of you boys. You deserved the podium. You drove fantastically throughout the whole race, and I hope you guys enjoyed the race on the stream. And we'll see you next week for the next race. Thank you, boys.